Oh, Marvel, that's right. I just hacked every single TV inside of your Marvel building. And now this is playing on every single TV. If my plan works. It should be. So, all of you guys are listening to me right now, and I'm about to tell you something I've never told anyone before. My plan. Now, what is this plan? Don't worry, I'm not gonna bomb your building. What I'm gonna do is gonna bomb the box office. I'm actually do the opposite of that. I'm about to give you my Marvel plan, my plan for the MCU, and it's marvelous. Anyways, yeah. So as I was saying, you guys, you do this new saga, as you guys like to call me. It's Infinity Saga, Multiverse Saga, and let me tell you, the audience, they're not your biggest fans right now. But you're trying to win them back. That's good. That's good. I respect that. But they would respect me more because my ideas. Let me tell you, I've been thinking about this long and hard, and I clearly see what we have to do. First thing, let's talk about Secret Wars. You guys are trying to apparently do this as a movie. You guys seem to be failing spectacularly at that. But that's to be fair, we haven't seen anything from Secret Wars, just Doomsday, which is like adapting like the first. I want to say about that of this, the times runs out part. Except it's like actually not. They're just saying that. You guys are just saying that. But anyways, it's fine because you guys are doing it your own way, and that's cool. You gotta change stuff. You know, the adaptation has to be different, and you take stuff from the MCU. So it's fine, fine. Your Secret Wars maybe not as good as this, but doesn't matter. You guys just did that, and now you've rebooted the MCU. Hallelujah. We just rebooted the MCU. Tony Stark is played by a different actor. So, now we got a new, all that stuff. The X-Men, boom, they're here now. Fantastic Four, boom, they're here now. They're here now. Anyone who you can think of, they're here now. Even Batman's just here now. No, we can't get the rights to that? Darn it, DC. Well, doesn't matter because we got other cool stuff like the X-Men. Now, I think this is all pretty obvious to everyone that you guys are doing the X-Men. Like, you guys have basically, like, you know, confirmed it. What I mean, basically confirmed it. You guys have confirmed it. The X-Men, that's what's coming next. Except, when is it coming next? Because you guys haven't been talking about it. We heard about Ghost Rider and Black Panther in 2028. Nothing about X-Men. But I think I know why. It's a little spoiler for Spider-Man Brand New Day. I know. You guys, I'm not going to go into the spoiler because no one's guessed what like this like spoiler for Brand New Day would be. That would also kind of, you know, if they talked about X-Men, it would spoil Brand New Day. But it would, you know, get you talking about X-Men. Just let's say it's a main character who's in Spider-Man Brand New Day, who's also a main character in X-Men. I don't want to get into it. But if you know, you know. I don't know if anyone's gonna know. It's such a good secret. But if you know, anyways, that character gonna be in this movie, so I can see why you guys weren't talking about it. But now we gotta talk about it right here, me and you, Marvel, Kevin Feige. I'm looking you directly in the eyes. We're talking about this, and we're gonna be talking about this part in particular because this is the OG5 X-Men, and that's who I think your team should be. That's right. I think it should have Cyclops, Jean Grey, Beast, Iceman, and Angel. Now, why those five? I don't know, really. It's just kind of like, we never really do Iceman and Angel, so, like, might as well do them. And then, you know, obviously, you guys are obviously going to want to do Cyclops. Have you seen the amount of edits that guy gets from X-Men 97? It's like, if you guys aren't going to, like, you know, cash in on that, like, you guys are crazy. And obviously, I mean, not Jean Grey, anyways. And then, you know, Beast too. It seems like you guys want to do Beast. There's lots of rumors about Beast casting. Like, I feel like he's the one I get, like, the most casting like rumors about is Beast, weirdly enough. Same with Rogue. I feel like that's another character you guys are gonna add to like the roster. So in total, I think there's gonna be 8 X-Men here, not including Charles. And you know, I think the OG5, as we just talked about, plus Rogue, who I think you guys should do this. And you know, I think you guys are doing this, but this is my idea. Rogue starts off as kind of like a side villain before transitioning to the team at the end of the film. I think that's a good idea. I also think that you guys should have Storm be on here because so far there's no black characters on the team, and I think we obviously need one, and I think that should be Storm, and also we need more, you know, like half and half of like men and women I think we should have, so Storm we include there. Well, I guess we could have like a black Cyclops, for example, but I'm gonna assume you guys are just gonna cast like how they look in the comics, so everyone else would be like white. So I think you guys will include Storm for that reason, and also because I think you guys in Black Panther 3, you should include Storm. I think that's a no-brainer idea. Have her be a love interest to the new T'Challa Jr. We just announced who he's gonna be. Can't wait for that. I don't have much notes about that because, I mean, it's Ryan Coogler. Like, what can I do? You know, he's obviously going to deliver something good, so I'm just not going to get into that. Not really gonna get into Ghost Rider, except I do think it should be rated R. You guys didn't confirm that, but I don't know. I trust Ryan. Sean Levy. I think it's Levy. He is a director. I'm gonna say that. I think that's a good way to talk about him. He is truly a director. He's a director that I have seen films from. So that is my thoughts on him. I've even seen shows from him. So quality of those. What does quality matter? It matters a lot, actually, but you never know. Maybe someone will always lock in. Like me right now, I'm so locked in. One of the most locked in people you've ever seen. As I just talked about with you, my X-Men pitch for the roster. Oh, I didn't get into the final person, did I? Okay, I think the final person... Okay, hear me out. Let's don't... No one stab me. No one go for your pitchforks. Go... I think we should have Wolverine. Whoa, hold up. Not Logan. I think we should do Laura. Call me crazy, but I think, what a better way of, like, the Logan ending, where it's like, you know, he wants, like, this better life for her to lead the new, like, you know, these, like, mutants, like, into, like, a better new life. Her being, like, I know, like, Deadpool's probably gonna carry over, but, like, if I had to pick one character from the Fox X-Men to carry over to MCU, she would be the person I would choose. I think she's the perfect character to be like, now she gets this new chance at life, at being a part of, like, this X-Men, like, making that a better place. I don't know. I think it's just a great idea. And if I were to do, instead of having to do Logan again, because, come on, you're never going to be as good as Hugh Jackman, let's just be honest. Like, that's just, like, even if you, like, actually are, this chair is so squeaky. If you actually are, the general public, they're always going to be like, Wolverine is Hugh Jackman. And that's just something, like, you know, but people, they know about Laura. They've seen Logan. They've seen Deadpool and Wolverine. They know who this character is. They're familiar with her. They like her. There's, like, I don't see anyone hating on her. I'm sure if she joined the team as a new Wolverine, okay, yeah, there'd obviously be some people that are like, oh my god, woke. A woman is Wolverine. Oh. Obviously, those people are always going to exist, though. So, like, what can you do? I think she would be perfect for this. And I'm not saying don't do Logan, because I do have an idea. You know, I was just saying you can't live up to Hugh Jackman. I do have an idea for Logan. It's actually not really my idea. I heard this from another guy, another YouTuber. His first name's Corey. It is escaping my mind of his last name or his channel. Some of you guys are probably, like, at Marvel Studios, because I'm assuming you guys are, you know, obviously, like, paying attention to your fans. Maybe you guys have seen this. He had this amazing idea for, like, a Disney Plus show about Wolverine. It's like cross. Holy squeaky chair. Anyways, it's like each season, different story of, like, Logan's life, and this is gonna be like multiple seasons, and you just, like, follow different, like, part, like. It was one season gonna be like, you know, the war, and you're like, maybe we get, like, stuff of, like, the reboot Cap and, like, Namor and chair. Anyway, and maybe, like, one's more of, like, a western, and one's, like, you know, him with, like, fighting Silver Samurai, and, like, maybe like stuff with, like, the hand, and, like, I don't know, we could do, like, just, like, maybe him and, like, doing Weapon X stuff for, like, a season. Like, there are so many things you can do with Wolverine. And I think, like, movie-wise, we should just leave Hugh Jackman to that. Obviously, this Wolverine would come in some movies, but I think this is a good way. Let's show way. Like, when I heard that idea, I was like, that's brilliant. So I'm not going to take the credit for it. That's his idea. But I'm passing it on because, you know, I don't know if his got for you, but since I've hacked into all Marvel stuff right now and you guys are actively listening to me, now you guys know this brilliant idea. So that's my ideas for that X-Men. Also, for the villain, I think... Is there some way I can... Nope, now I'm shorter. As I was saying, for the villain, obviously, I don't think we should do Magneto. Actually, this is going to be an opinion. I don't think you guys should cast Magneto yet. I think you guys should wait for the second film, but I think Magneto's presence should be definitely felt throughout the film. And if anything, this is a really cool thing, I think you guys should do, like a faceless, like, character with him. Like, you have, like, flashbacks or, like, moments with him, but you never see his face. And then, like, the ending, like, teases him coming. Like, have you guys seen Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem? Like, the ending with, like, Shredder, and it's, like, just, like kind of, like, what's it, like, not even so, it's just kind of, like, a part of him that you, like, the camera, like, passes by, and it's, like, it was a bunch of aura. Anyways, if you've seen it, that with, like, Magneto at the end is, like, a post-credits tease. Whoo, that would go crazy, but, like, you still feel his presence. People talk about him, and, you know, you mention him throughout the movie, and, like, we see scenes with him, but, like you don't see his face. Imagine the aura. Okay, I know, like, my pitch for a movie shouldn't be, like, imagine the aura, but come on, you imagine the aura. Okay, next time I do one of these, I'm gonna have a different chair, just so we're aware, okay? That's my pitch. But for the villain, I'm just gonna say right now, I don't know. I think the most rumored one is Mr. Sinister, and I think that's probably, you know, your best idea. That is who I would probably do, especially since Adam Driver apparently maybe rumored for him, and I think that would go crazy. Love Adam Driver. He would make a great Sinister. So I think you guys should do that. But either way, it just should be someone we haven't seen in the movies yet. And not someone like Magneto, not someone like Apocalypse. Don't do Stryker. I think it should be, you know, him, Mr. Sinister. But I'm open to any, like, other character being the villain. Anyways, so then what I'm going to talk about next. Since I kind of, like, mentioned my... Oh, I should also say the title. It won't be The X-Men. It won't be The New X-Men, because whenever you call something The New, it's stupid, because 10 years from the line, it's no longer new, it's now old, and then you're just going to be like, oh yeah, well, the movie, oh yeah, The New X-Men, oh, like the new one that's coming out. No, I meant the one that's called The New X-Men. Like, just don't call it that. What I'm going to tell you guys to call it right now, call it The Uncanny X-Men, or just do X-Men subtitle, but personally, I would call it The Uncanny X-Men. That's just me. But, you know, I think that's a good title, and I think you guys should do it, and actually you guys have to do it. Anyways, moving on from there, let us talk about the Ultimates. The Ultimates, you say? What's that? Well, first thing, I don't have any of the original Ultimate Universe, so you guys are getting the newer one, but the Ultimates, for people that don't know, are like the Avengers, but cooler. Okay, not really, but like, especially not the old one. Well, they're cooler in the edgy way. look at my Captain America. He's definitely probably a racist. Anyways, anyway, why I think they should be called the Ultimates though? Like, why would we? I forgot. I'm now short. I don't know why I can't press that again. Why it should be called the Ultimates and no longer the Avengers? That's very interesting way of looking about it. Why do you think that is what you're saying? And my whole thing is, again, because the aura. But it's got deeper meaning this time, because the MCU was originally based on, yes, the 616 comics, but also the Ultimate Universe. It took heavy inspiration from that. What's a better way than it's like flagship franchise, you know, the Avengers? After sequels, the reboot, we call them the Ultimates. And they're more grounded and whatnot, and we get to really focus on the reboot Iron Man and Cap, and Ant-Man and Wasp, make them, you know, part of it. But you're not gonna do that, are you? No. Too much wasted on the money, isn't it? Like, you wouldn't do that. You have to have it be a big event film. You know, one Avengers film, a saga type thing at this point, because, you know, we're just lessing them. They call them Avengers films, even though they're not even really Avengers films anymore. They're just event films. So you're gonna call it that. You're gonna keep calling Avengers, keep doing that? Well, don't worry, because I have an idea for that. Okay, I know this is Civil War, but I'm not talking about Civil War, but I'm talking about it in a kind of way. I'm talking about the Avengers X-Men Eternals, like, crossover event, Judgment Day. Have I ever read that book? No. Did I get a quick wiki scroll through it? Yes. So, what I'm going to tell you about it is, like, there's the Avengers and the X-Men and the Eternals, and they fight. But, like, it's deeper, because they have, like, ideological differences about how to handle things. Basically, anyways, it's like a form of, like, a part of, like, the Eternals are like, yo, maybe these X-Men, these not X-Men, like the mutants, they gotta go. We're gonna get rid of them. And then, like, the X-Men are just like, oh no, we can't let this happen. The Avengers are like, oh my gosh. Obviously, some of us are, you know, have conflicted feelings about this, because, you know, we should be on the, you know, humans like help, because, like, you know, we're good guys, but also we're the Avengers in an X-Men book, so a little bit racist now, a little homophobes. But, like, obviously, you know, it's just like, you, as your event film, I think, you know, having the Avengers and X-Men obviously clashing, duh, you guys are gonna do that. And I think throwing the Eternals, finally giving them something to do, makes sense. And we can have Arishem finally get around to judging, you know, the Earth. He's like, you know what, I'm gonna take these Eternals, I'm gonna judge Earth, and we're gonna see if you guys can live. Obviously, we know the answer, because it's taking his time, apparently, because it's been so long after. It's gonna be a full-on multiverse thing, a reboot thing, and Arishem's still just sitting in his chair like, I don't know. Maybe Earth does deserve... Oh, look at that guy. He just gave some homeless man some money. Oh my god, what? That OnlyFans model. Oh, what is she doing? Oh no. Oh, that ain't right. I'm not against that, but, like, that specific... Oh my. Like, I can see Arishem doing that, and he's just there for like 10 years at this point, just doing that. But I think that, you know, he's gonna finally make up his mind, and he's like, kill him. Or like, you know, maybe starts pulling in different characters, and he like personally is judging them. I don't know. There's something there, and I think it's pretty obvious that that's like some sort of clash between all these different things is what we're gonna like lead to. Even though we're kind of doing that Doomsday, we're kind of getting like, you know, these old Fox X-Men fighting the Avengers and the new Avengers, but like I think we're gonna get like an actual movie that's like full on. That's the focus. So I think now that I've talked about like our main sort of franchises, I should talk about like our other, like we have the X-Men, we have the Avengers. I should mention the Fantastic Four quickly. Give them a sequel. I know it's not the best of the box office, but you have Doomsday, you have Secrets, people are gonna get really attached to them. They'll love them. Just give them another chance. Give them a sequel. Anyways, let's talk about one of their friends now. Spider-Man. Wait. Why is he holding this book? Is that Ben Reilly? The Scarlet Spider? Not as in Ben Reilly Spider Noir, because they named him that in the show? For reasons? Probably legal reasons? Well, that's right. But no, that can't be the Clone Saga. No, he wouldn't suggest it. I'm suggesting it. Yes, we adapt the Clone Saga. I know, the pitchforks, they're stabbing me. Oh, you actually stabbed me. Kevin Feige? Why would you do this, man? I'm kidding, Kevin Feige. I know, you're still at home, relax. Someone's not impersonating you and stabbing me. Everything's fine, I'm fine. My room is slowly getting darker. It's fine, it adds to the effects and... Stupid squeaky chair. Anyways, yes, I'm suggesting we do a Clone Saga. But hear me out. So, we're hearing some rumors about Brand New Day. Jackal might be the villain, or he might be in it. Then, there's even more newer rumors. He's not in it. So, this kind of like originally was on the thing that Jackal would, you know, be in the film and we could make him have a bigger part in the sequels. But, that was always lost, because we're still having like, you know, so like this we can still introduce Jackal in the sequels, you know. It doesn't have to be now, but we're gonna introduce him. Maybe we could even like sow some seeds in here. Actually, the film's about to come. There's no time to sow. Well, if there are some seeds sown in the Spider-Man Brand New Day yard or farm or row or lawn or no, farm was a good farm. It's the Spider-Man Brand New Day farm. If you have some of those seeds growing, about to spout into a Jackal in the future, that's nice. It's nice. If not, well, 5, 6, we can focus on him. But Jackal, do I really care for him as a villain? Not that much, but I can see you guys doing interesting things with him. But the main thing I want to talk about is the Clone Saga. Now, I know, that's not everyone's favorite. Personally, I'm like, oh my god, Ben Reilly, the Scarlet Spider aura. Oh, he's so muscular. That was way too gay. Not that my girlfriend's half gay. I can make this. No, my god. That made it so much worse than that. I could have just left it. That was so gay. People have understood that I did that. Sorry, Hannah, if I outed the world that you are half gay. Pretty obvious, though, honey. Anyways, Spider-Man. So, yeah, Spider-Man, in case you didn't know, in the comics, he has clones. He has a couple clones, but we're mostly going to talk about Ben because in the comics, Ben, he's had a couple of relationships, but he's this one interesting one with Madeline Pryor, who, imagine Jean Grey is a goth girl. This is if you haven't seen X-Men 97. Imagine that. So imagine Sadie Sink as a goth. Sadie playing Jean Grey. What, Brand New Day? This video's gonna age so bad if in like a few days I watch Brand New Day and she's just Sadie Sink's someone else. That's right, Peter. It's me, Uncle Ben. I'm back. But she's probably Jean Grey. I'm just gonna let it out, Marvel. You guys know. You make the film. Well, you in partnership. You make them with Sony, so you guys know. You guys know that Sadie Sink is Jean Grey, and obviously, if we're having sister in the villain of the first movie, you see where I'm going with this. Introduce Madeline Pryor. Introduce Ben Reilly. They have romantic history. Yes, this is all based on this. Also, when I was like writing the script for this, which I went very much off, by the way. It wasn't really a script, it was more like point. But I'm supposed to hit all these points. I think I'm hitting them. I'm like, hey, Mr. Point. I hit that point. Oh, you want to go again? Round 3. Boom. That was me for all those points. One of my points on there was, I was right. You know, Peter and Jean have beef, so their clones should fuck. That was the entire point, and that the entire reason I brought this out and been talking about that is because that one point that I remembered. But that was an interesting point, and you guys all listened to it. You guys heard that idea, and some of you probably think that's absolute garbage, but I don't care. It would be hot. Now, the death of Jean DeWolf. This is actually, fun fact, the first ever graphic novel I got. Really got me into Marvel. Actually, no, Spider-Man Homecoming did. Yes, that was like my kind of introduction into like the MCU, obviously, because I was still like as a child, because I had like the Raimi films on like DVD, so like I guess I was mainly watching those, but also MCU Spider-Man. So I guess I was Spider-Man. Whatever, it's always Spider-Man, you know. This is a Spider-Man. It's always Spider-Man that kind of interests me. But anyways, yeah, this is like the first one I kind of got into. Also, Daredevil's in this, by the way. And Peter's in the black suit. It's the cloth one at this point. But I know you guys are going to want to choose the black suit. And I think you guys don't give a shit if it's like in the comics, it's actually the cloth suit at this point. Let's be honest. You guys are just going to be like, black suit. We don't care. We're just going to recreate stuff even if it's in the cloth black suit. We're just going to say it's we're just going to make the same. We're not, you guys are obviously not going to have a part where he's in the symbiote suit, and the part where he's in the cloth suit, that's black suit. You guys are just going to have it all as one. So like, that's fine. We have 5 and 6, man. We have like 5 him in the black suit, 6 him in the black suit, or maybe 5 black suit, 6 Venom, or maybe like 6 and 7, 7's Venom. I know that was a bad joke. Anyways, what I'm thinking is, since you guys are having the blacks already, we want Daredevil crossover. You guys, do you have Jean DeWolf in Spider-Man Brand New Day? Come on. Come on. Just do it. It's Nike. Just do it. You want to do it, huh? I see you. I see you right there, Kevin Feige. I'm looking you dead in the eyes. And all the other Marvel producers, executive producers, directors, writers, screenwriters, screens. I see you. I'm on your screens. Look at it. Look at it. Did you want to adapt? Did you want to adapt in some sort of way? I know you do. I know you want to. So it's there. Now time to talk about Daredevil. Oh. Right, Miles. Okay, before we get to Daredevil, Miles Morales. You guys have been talking about this, and obviously after Spider-Verse films are done, we'll introduce him. Don't have him be Spidey in this trilogy. Next trilogy, do it. My reasoning is I think we still have more Peter Parker to tell. Like 7, 8, 9, I think you guys can do Miles. 4, 5, 6, I want it like how all be Peter. I do want them to be together though, but like maybe 7, 8, 9 them together. Peter, like, something happens, retires, dies, I don't know. At end of 9, 10, 11, 12, that's Miles. I'm just saying, I want more Tom Holland Peter. I think there's more of that to tell before we really get into Miles. But obviously I do want them together. So that's just my like bit on like the Miles thing, because I really don't want Spider-Man 5 to have. You guys can introduce Miles, I think. Yeah, you guys can introduce Miles, but I don't want by Spider-Man 6 him and like Peter together as both Spider-Man. Although I guess you guys don't ever know if you guys are gonna get 12 MCU Spider-Man films done. So like I can see why you'd be like, okay, we gotta put Miles in faster, but like just make a lot of Spider-Man films, please. I'm begging you, Kevin Feige, Amy Pascal, Robert Rodriguez. Even though I know that Robert Rodriguez doesn't have anything to do with Spider-Man. If he does, brother, I'm telling you right now, me and you, we have a thing going on. We're connected spiritually, and you should really talk to them about making 12 Spider-Man films. You really got to do it. I know. Let's get into Daredevil. Now we're at right here. Death of Daredevil. Yes, I think that Daredevil should die. I think Wilson Fisk should be like, no wait, that's no. They both kind of like do the yeah, okay. Enough of this. Vanessa is dead. When I was a boy, I'm no longer a boy. I'm getting old. And Mr. Murdoch, you have revealed your identity. Our stories, I say they're coming to an end. And I'm going to shoot you. I have a Glock. I would get Buck to do it, but Buck is now dead. At this point, I'm going to guess. I don't know what we're going to do with season 3. I'm going to shoot you, Murdoch. I'm going to kill you. You're going to die. For real. I'm kidding. We're obviously not going to kill Matt Murdock. But what I'm saying is maybe, just maybe, we might be at a point where we have to retire the Daredevil suit. Now, I don't want that. I don't even care about the quality anymore. You guys can literally go pull a Flash, like CW Flash on us, make a bunch of these seasons, quality depths, and I'll be there day one being like, Matt Murdock! But obviously I don't want that. I want obviously this show to keep getting better. And I think you guys will. I think season 2 was improvement on season. Born Again season 2 was improvement on season 1, which massive downgrade from season 3. But it was improvement on that. And I think season 3, from what I'm like seeing, I'm like, I think this will probably be improvement again. So you guys can keep improving. But the problem is, I don't know if you guys are gonna want to do it, and I want you guys to do it. I want more Daredevil seasons, but let's be honest, it's not getting as much views and numbers as you want. But guys, I'm just saying it. Please, please, more Daredevil. I said about Spider-Man, but more Daredevil too. Just every year we get a season. But I know if that's unrealistic, what I would suggest is before you get rid of Daredevil, not saying you should kill Daredevil, maybe you guys do, give him a movie. Yeah, that's right, give Daredevil a movie. And speaking on street level stuff, Moon Knight. Now, this is to my friend Zach out there, because he's always like, Marvel needs to make a Moon Knight season 2. Actually, a lot of my friends say that, but like, Zach, this is to you. You always say stuff like this, and I'm gonna bring it up now. You guys, come on. Where's Moon Knight season 2? And you know what, I get it. Too late maybe do Moon Knight season 2. Maybe Moon Knight can't carry a movie. So we should do like a Daredevil Born Again thing. Call it Moon Knight from the Dead. It's based off a comic I've never read yet. Personally, I was just like, we need if I'm gonna do like another Moon Knight series, what kind of name it? That's like a cheeky title that now we're bringing back Moon Knight. That's what I got. I think it was From the Dead. Never read it. But anyways, that's what you guys should do for the next thing. Like how you had Daredevil Born Again was like your revival of the Moon Knight show. You can call it Moon Knight From the Dead, or I think that's what it's called. So, again, you guys are gonna do more Moon Knight, and I'm telling you right now, this is a good idea. Your fans do want it, but here's the thing: you do not do what you did before. You do not hide Jake Lockley. You did not make it 6 episodes. You did not make it TV-14. You make it a mature 13. Okay, I know 13's a lot, but if you can do more than 13 as well, by the way. And you do not hide the third personality till the very end. Not even like you guys like even have like scenes like the entire like final fight scene off camera. Not a good idea, guys. So that's my idea for there. Obviously do a Moon Knight thing. Now is that it? Are those all my brilliant ideas? Of course not. I have a million brilliant ideas, but I think this video is going on too long. So like I'm just gonna wrap this up. This I guess would be my part 1. As the French would call it. But I can maybe do part 2, because I didn't really get into some stuff. I want to talk about Doctor Strange 3. I do have a plan for there. I have a plan for Young Avengers. I have a plan for Thunderbolts 2. But I just really want to hit some heavy hitters. I wanted to tell you about my X-Men ideas, my Wolverine ideas. Well, actually, my recycled Wolverine idea, but the part about Laura, that's something I still want to do. My ideas for Spider-Man, my ideas for Daredevil, my ideas for Moon Knight, and, my ideas for, like, the Avengers Ultimates stuff. So that was just my, like, stuff I want to get out of the way. So, Marvel, I guess hang up the hacking that I've done, because I'm just like that. But you guys take those ideas, do something with it, and maybe if you listen, I'll make a part 2. Like seriously, if this gets enough views and likes and whatnot, I will make a part 2. But if it doesn't, I might still make a part 2 anyways. Anyways, peace out! What was that? Peace out! Like...